Sure.
He's sure trying to remember his lesson.
He sure is. I like it. Curbside service.
Curbside service. Oh, Dunny. Do you remember that Baxter Black poem, Dunny and the Duck?
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened, but Dunny ended up with the duck in it. Yeah.
Yep. Old Baxter.
Old Baxter.
Hit. Hit.
This is gonna be a good little dude right
This
here.
is gonna be a good little son of a gun.
I'm surprised I like him though. He's 2-eye jack.
I'm surprised it's
He's
two.
better than.
Wish you hadn't told me that.
I know how you love him.
Okay, that's actually a good talking point. Cliff just brought up this horse's bloodlines and was teasing me because I said what a nice colt this is, and then he told me how he's bred. I have talked more about the bloodlines of this horse than anybody in the world, but that's
Internet rants.
yeah. But the point is, or the point I would like to make, is that it's not his fault. It is not his fault, and my job is to not let it be his fault. I've rode piles and piles and piles of relations to this horse that I've had bad experiences with. I can't bring that with me.
And the reason I mentioned it and I waited was because he just said, this is a pretty nice little horse. He's going to be good. And it was, but it just goes to show, and I find exceptions to those rules all the time.
Okay, so now that I'm the one that bought him, I mean, what do you normally see with the 2-eye jack?
It's not the bloodlines, it was the situations I was in.
Yeah, it is a situation.
Yeah, it hadn't.
And to be honest, how they are for a more recreational rider, they actually make great horses.
Yeah, they do.
They don't, for using for an 8 or 10 hour day where you're riding them 25 miles, they don't have a ton of heart. They'll just they get lazy. They don't have that competitive sting that a lot of the other ones have, which makes those horses harder to ride and harder to keep them good. But this guy here, once you get him right, he'll stay gentle. He'll be a really easy, I mean, kind of like he is right now. But this one is one of the nicest ones I've ever seen.
He's one of the
this is a real, I don't care how he's bred, this is a really nice little horse. He could be a Mustang, and he's a really just nice little horse.
Well, if he had any more 2-eye jack in him, he'd be a 3-eye jack. I'm not even kidding.
I'm impressed.
He's one of, if not the softest minded 2-eye jack horses I've been around. When it works, it's line breeding.
That's right. But you know, it's the same, like a lot of people hate Hancock horses. I've got along with almost every Hancock I've ever been around. I like them. There's some lines of it I don't like a whole lot, but most of them I've had good luck with. Maybe it's the way I operate them. I don't know. But I like those horses. Then there's other bloodlines everybody loves that I hate, so.
I'm not a huge fan of Shining Spark horses.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
I wasn't either, but I like my colt.
Sure, yeah. I've had plenty of them that I did like. when it comes down to it with those pedigrees, Muhammad Ali's brother couldn't fight. I mean, that's a fact. And my sister's got a doctorate in geophysics. So pedigrees don't always mean what we think they're gonna mean. But my only real reason for bringing it up is that no matter what I feel about one, my job's to start him, not to be mad at his cousins.
And at the end of the day, a good horse is a good horse no matter what his breed or bloodlines, his color, size, and especially if you love him and he's a good partner, he's just a good horse. Does not matter. He's good to go.
Yeah, I thought so. I just wanted to see what would happen if I stepped on her tail. Nothing the first time. The first border collie that Amy and I ever had was neurotic like they all are. And I mucked with that dog so much and teased him and poked him and did stuff to him that then if anybody did anything that bothered him, he'd come bite me. It might happen clear over there.
It's really funny. So one of the things I've found with when I bend them and roll those hips, I'll take that rein, kind of clear up here, almost toward their ear, and I'll bump up like that and kind of shift my weight for the hind quarter.
Right.
But one of the things I like about that is that so a lot of these colts, you start to bend them a little and they get in the habit of diving their nose almost back to your leg.
Right.
So I can bend him a little more in the throat latch there,
him a little better,
and kind of bump up his pole. But if he tries to overbend, I can kind of block him with that rein.
That's something that you and I talked about the first time you got back from the Martin and Dr.
Peters
clinic, and it's one of those things that a guy thinks about as he finishes the turn.
Yeah.
That, oh man, I was gonna start trying to do that.
Yes, sir.
One of the things I've noticed about it though is I really don't hardly ever ride anything in a halter.
Yeah.
I usually just go straight to that hackamore.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, my hand comes up in the hackamore and it goes down, pardon me, in a halter.
It's funny.
He didn't care what I'm up to at all. There's hay over here.
It's funny, I don't think I've ever had a horse try to kick me doing that bend. And I've done it on every single colt I've ever started.
Yeah, I've never had one try to kick me. I've had a few step on me.
Yeah, and I've had some go to leave, but I've never had them try to kick me.
Well, if they're turning, if they're bent
really
and turning,
can't,
I don't think they really can. I say that.
Not very effectively anyways.
Yeah.
For a little guy, he took that good.
He took that really good, and he took me poking him in the elbow with my off foot really good. I don't know if he hadn't looked at me. I know he sees me, but look at me. There. That kind of seems like neuroses, me making them look at me out of that right eye.
Thank you.
But I've been on horses for times I've been on them 15 minutes and just about to get off, and they finally turn and look at me out of that other eye and get scared. I'm gonna pull him up here.
Cinch.
Shirt.
Oh, yeah. Might need a few more holes in your belt.
This clinician life. We're ginning now. And while we're out daydreaming, trying to catch a murder case, you watch the I went ahead and asked this horse for a little bit more right there without doing a bunch of the prep that we did on those fillies. And it's just because I felt something in him. I wasn't sure what it was. And so I wanted to say, just trot, just go. And then when I asked him to turn, he was a little stiff and a little bracy. It was just that he was off balance. What I was feeling was that he wasn't super balanced, but I didn't know what it was. And when I don't know what it is, I want to go. I want to go somewhere and trot. I don't want to walk on eggshells and That's a cool moving little guy.
Sure is. Pretty low and flat over the ground. Other's way?
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's all right.
It registered about halfway through.
I was headed that way, and oh, he didn't get the message. Oh, he did get the message. Let's switch reins. Ooh, that scared him. But a good-minded little devil, because he didn't like that I did that, but
and then he figured out it didn't hurt him, and he just made, I mean, a huge lick chew.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, I'm all right."
Do that a couple times and he'll get enough balance in it that he won't be so stiff pulling him around there. Some kind of pro tip stuff here. With the two fillies, I didn't worry about it as much because they're both so strong. But with this colt, if you'll notice, I pretty well have only turned him right here and the exact opposite side of the round pen. And it's because this round pen is just a tiny bit downhill. And so I'm always turning him while I'm going uphill. And it's just because he is not super strong and not super balanced. And so I'm always giving him the advantage, trying to, of be moving uphill instead of downhill. Get one more and I'm done. And there it is.
Maybe tomorrow, Brett, if you're good with it, maybe on him or the red filly, if I could hop on one of them, I'd like to show them how I bump these colts around with my flag from their back.
Yeah. You don't want to do it on the bay filly?
I would do it on the bay filly.
I'm just teasing. I'm just trying to move his hip right there. I don't want to get off between him and this fence. He's not going to do anything, But if he did get scared and jump and kick me, I can't go anywhere if I'm next to that fence. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Moving around with the flag. I did that a long time ago and then kind of got to where I didn't, and then
I feel like the same way their feet get so free at the mounting block doing that, I feel like just riding, and like what I'll do is I'll just reach down that rein as I pick up. I'll just kind of come here with the flag, and they'll start to yield, and as soon as they yield, I'll just kind of rock my weight back, close my other leg open, and just send them through. And man, I mean, kind of like Pat was doing with that bay colt last night.
Yeah, exact same exercise.
It helped a lot, especially on like kind of the stuck ones in their shoulders.
Right. Hey. Questions, comments? Anybody want to throw lettuce at us? So much to the Patreon crew. You guys are the reason we're able to do this and do the extra things and really do all the YouTube videos too. We wouldn't be able to make it work without you guys. So thank you so much.